So today, lads, we're going to be doing a preview for the Dallas Wings versus the Indiana Fever, and we're going to be talking about how the Indiana Fever are going to win this game. And the Indiana Fever are tipped to win, a 70% chance of winning. Game, I think, is in Indiana, and I'm going to be real here. I would say I would use 70% as a fair estimate. As far as tickets are concerned, it is concerning for game one and Paige versus Caitlin how little hype this game got. Like, these are very cheap tickets. Great, by the way, great for fans. Concerning in the overall scheme of the hype of the league. Like, the Indiana Fever may not be the most hyped team, but I would say for fans in Indiana, great. You're not having to pay an arm and a leg. You can go to these games for cheap now. Just wait until tickets go resale because the Fever have priced out their fans. But if you look at the injury report here, the likelihood is that Mo Billings doesn't play. And the likelihood is that Alana Smith and Isaiah James do play. And the rumor that Isaiah James and Alana Smith are both probable. Isaiah James is sprained ankle. You can play on a bad sprain, on a iffy sprained ankle. You can play on that. Alana Smith has a broken nose. You should not be playing a player on a broken nose in game 1 of 44. You shouldn't. Which means the Dallas Wings, like, this is not a regular season game. I understand there's a different level of intensity, but we saw it from preseason. The Dallas Wings are going to come out intense. They're going to come out super, super intense in this game. And as far as the rosters are concerned, I feel like it's at least, I think the Fever are the better roster. So if you look at the starting schedule, the Wings, besides the last 5 games, like, the Indiana Fever have an easy enough schedule, whereas there's no way the Wings have an easier start to the season than the Fever. Like, the Fever can not that they should want to lose this game, obviously, but they can afford to lose it. So you're looking here, and they play Atlanta, Minnesota, Washington stink, but then Chicago, who are good, Atlanta, New York, Vegas. Like, so they have, in their first, 8 games, they play, based on my predictions, 7 games against teams projected to be in the playoffs. Whereas the Indiana Fever, in their first 8 games, they play 1 team I have projected to be in the playoffs. Sorry, 2. Sparks. No, 1, the Sparks. And I think it'll be one of, like, the Sparks or the Wings. The Wings making the playoffs. I think the Wings could end up making it because they play hard. So the Indiana Fever really can, not that they can coast. I was like, saying not they can coast, but no, they can coast. They can coast. And if you look in general, like, they don't play a game till Wednesday. Whereas you've got a game on Tuesday if you are the Dallas Wings. So the Indiana Fever do play a lot of weird, like, tough situations where it's like they're playing Wednesday and then they're playing Friday. But they're going from LA to, they're constantly changing time zones. But like, the Fever play 5 of their first 6 games at home. So you're looking at a team that really needs to start off well, but can afford to lose because, like, we have all these games coming up. The Dallas Wings are going to be fighting for their lives because I think Jose Fernandez knows that if this team starts badly, they could be done. Like, if you look here, they're playing on the road to Indiana, then Atlanta, Minnesota are not bad. Like, I put them at a similar, without Fee and without Juhas, I put them at a similar level to Dallas. And the scariest thing is that the cheapest you can get into a Dallas Wings game is against Fever. That's actually crazy. That is actually crazy. The cheapest get-in price. What are the Fever's get-in prices? Oh my God. Oh my God. Fever have the cheapest tickets in the league. That is actually crazy. That is I'm not joking. That is actually wild. But it is one of those things because, like, that's kind of mad one. But I got to be real here. The Indiana Fever, a lot of it comes down to can they slow down in any way the Dallas Wings. So the Dallas Wings, obviously, no Rika. Rika hasn't been playing. And it becomes trickier because I feel like Paige has been so good partially because she's been playing off the ball. And they've been getting her into positions where she's not initiating the offense. But I'm like, the Indiana Fever, I could see them putting Raven full court on her at times. I could see them they're going to start Sophie on her. And I could see them putting Raven full court. And if Paige has picked up full court, she's going to move off the ball. But like if Enrique takes the ball up, how often does that ball get back to Paige? Not very often. So yeah, it's a really tricky one to talk about here. Like, I think as far as the matchups, it's the wrong game. As far as the matchups are concerned, I do think we see Caitlin and Paige playing very different games. I think Paige wins the points battle because I just think she takes more shots. I think Caitlin wins the overall impact battle. I think the best player in this game is going to be Aaliyah Boston. I think they have no answer for Aaliyah Boston. Alana Smith is not good guarding on the perimeter. We saw that in the playoffs with Alyssa Thomas. Jess Shepard cannot guard Aaliyah Boston. So I think Alana Smith, it might start off on Maisha Hines-Allen. But for the Dallas Wings to win this game, they're gonna need a couple of things to happen. They're gonna need Zaza James or Enrique to outplay Kelsey Mitchell. They're gonna need Paige to outplay Caitlin. And they're gonna need Maddie Siegrist to outplay Sophie Cunningham. They need basically all of those to happen to win this game. Because the Indiana Fever, I think they both have supercharged offenses. I think you can maybe argue with the way Dallas Wings have been playing in preseason that they might have the better offense. But like, if you remember 2024 Dallas Wings, like Caitlin Clark set her career, I'm pretty sure Caitlin Clark set her career high twice against them and broke the all-time assist record in the 3 times they played. I'm expecting Caitlin Clark, I'll talk a little bit more about her individually, I'm expecting her to have like a 25-point double-double. I'm expecting Aaliyah Boston. Like, I'm expecting like 25 and 14 for Caitlin. I'm expecting like 25, 11 and 7 for Aaliyah Boston. Like, that's the type of thing. And I'm predicting 22, 20. I'll predict 18 for Kelsey Mitchell because this is May Kelsey Mitchell we're talking about. May Kelsey Mitchell is not prime Kelsey Mitchell. We all know she starts season slowly. But yeah, I think the Fever win. I'm going to say this is a game where both teams score above 95 points. I would say the Fever win. And it's going to be hard to tell if it's going to be close or not because I think this is going to be one of those games where a team goes into the fourth quarter with a big lead and the other team goes on a hot streak and pulls it back and makes it competitive. But I don't know which team is going to be the one. Like, it's hard to tell which team is going to be the one. This is going to be a game of huge runs. It's going to be a game where a 20-point lead either way doesn't matter because these are both poor defensive teams and exceptional offensive teams. This is going to be one of the most fun games of the year to watch, and I'm really looking forward to this one. See you guys.